Thank you guys for tuning in to today's program. My name is Hira Maina, aka Kamuhunjia, and God bless you guys because you have been supporting my YouTube channel. We are almost 90,000 subscribers. May God bless you for that. So today I have a very special guest on the show, and we all know her as mother-in-law. She plays a no-nonsense mother-in-law at Citizen TV Kenya each and every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. and we will be able to, get to know her, interact with her, and I'm sure by the time we are done with today's program, tutakuwa tumemjua zaidi, and we will be also getting to know how she has, maintained being in the industry for all that time. And without further ado, help me welcome the one and the only Elizabeth Wanjiru. Hi, Charity.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
You are good?
Oh yes, oh yes.
So naweza taka uangalie hii kamera iko hapa, utuambie majina zako na ulizaliwa kaunti gani tukujue kutoka hapo.
My name is Elizabeth Wanjiru, daughter of Apollos Mwangi and Zipporah and Jerry. Men of Kijabi, AIM Mission, now AIC. And I got married to Mr. Shembageine, who had come from Uganda. So I became Mrs. Elizabeth Wanjiru Bageine. And yeah, that's me.
That is you.
Yes.
So
I am from Kiambu County. I was born in Limuru.
Limuru.
Yes. My father was a forester. Just before the Mau Mau War. He got involved as a leader in Mau Mau. So the Mau Mau got him out of that job. He was detained for 4 years. And so I am a daughter of an ex-Mau Mau fighter.
Wow.
They are all now, they have gone ahead of me to heaven.
True.
They were quite old.
Wow.
Yes.
So Charity, tunaweza kujua when you were growing up,
yes.
Ulisomea shule gani? Tuanzie hapo.
I managed to be in several schools in the younger days. I opened my school in Gedirioni. Gedirioni is again in Limuru area, in Lari. And now that makes me mention Lari. If you have read your history, you know about Lari massacre. Now, if my father was detained for 4 years as a Mau Mau leader, you can connect those two things. So Gedirioni, then we were interrupted because I started at that critical time. So we moved from the forest station. My father had no job now. We came to Limuru, and I started going to Bata Primary School. What is Bata? Is the Bata Shoe Factory, a factory school for the workers. So I was moved from Gedirioni to Bata Shoe Factory School. I didn't take long again because which was fortunate. My sister was graduating from Alliance, and she had trained as a P2 teacher. P2 teacher was the top teacher at that time. Days. So the Kijabi mission I mentioned is a sister mission with the Gedhumu. Gedhumu in Muranga. Kijabi is in Lari, if you like, or Limuru counties, sub-counties. So from Kijabi, they sent my sister to Gedhumu to teach as a P2 teacher. So my father is in detention. Our family is in disarray. So we are the little ones in primary schools, me and my sister. So I was attached to my sister Blanche, and then Ruth, who followed me. We were a bit like twins, but we were not twins. She was attached to Esther a bit, and then something happened so that we were switched on. I was connected to Esther more, so Esther went to teach in Gedumbu, and I went with her.
Wow.
And I think that is important in my life, because in a mission station, which Gedumbu was, there was now security, education was going on, and so I was not destroyed by the emergency disruptions. I was safe. If we can contrast with my sister who was with Blanche, they went to Sotik because Blanche's husband was working with the milk people in Sotik, and the life for my sister was very, very different from my life, and so I consider this an act of God. True. So now I got proper education, and those days, standard 4 was a kind of a time you could terminate your education at standard 4.
Standard 4.
But also that time they had added 2 years. So now people are living in standard 4 or standard 6. Standard 6 we called it primary 2, and there was a major exam. So I am now in Gedumbu. Was a bright little sister of Mwalimu, and I graduated in standard 6. And then that was the end of schooling there. My sister organized for me to join where she was. She had been in Alliance, so she sent me to Kikuyu Intermediate, which is the kind of near Alliance, in waiting to go to Alliance. So for standard 7, I went to Kikuyu, which is the water in the area, and I did standard 7 and 8. So I did my KAPE, KAPE in standard 8 in 1957.
In 1957.
Yes.
Wow.
Now you can see, you can work that out with the emergency years, 52 to 53 to 56. So you can confirm those years with the history. So I went to the water, and then obviously I went to Alliance. Finally. From 1958. Yes.
Ukamaliza, ulienda mpaka form 6?
Yeah, we are the class which was like driving the changes. So we after form 4, 1961, we stayed in to make the form 5 class, and there were others who came like from Western. Quite a number of people came from Butere to join us to form the form 5 class, and of course the form 6. We even were calling it 5th form both years. Then later it was form 5 and 6. And I finished in the independent year, 1963. I did my A-levels, and by that time I had already established myself as a dramatist, because we used to do drama as part of our literature lessons. Learning of English. Learning of English was the benchmark, so to speak, of a bright person, of a brilliant person in school. And I was very good in drama, because I was very good in spoken English. And so at Alliance, I really learned drama, which is learning how to speak the language.
The language.
Because I was trained for our drama performances by the headmistress, who was a Scottish lady. Her name was Mary Barbara Bruce. And as far as I'm concerned, she's a famous headmistress. She was very good. We used to call the school AGHS, African Girls High School. Later on, they used the word Alliance. Alliance was for the boys' school, as we are African girls. And so it was great with Miss Bruce, and she trained me very well to do language work, and present it as a part of plays. We did not do African plays, we did Scottish and English. place, and so I was becoming a very nice little English girl or Scottish girl. Yes.
Wow.
So drama happened from Form 3. I was performing major plays during speech day, where the main guest was the permanent secretary. Of that was Miss Bruce's policy. She would organize to invite that office, and those days the PS, I don't know about today, they used to manage the money. And they were the ones who released the money for development in schools. So she wanted her share of development money, and she wanted the PS to be a very happy person about Alliance. And he really was. We used to do a very good performance. And the two schools came together usually. The boys' school would come
and the girls.
because of the play. So I was actually performing in public. And so, yeah, that's where I learned to do plays, to present it to quite an audience, a large audience. And I was also an interesting character. Sometimes I think a bit different from the way I am today. I was always the prefect. Even when I left Gedumu for the Kikuyu Intermediate, I was made the prefect. And now Alliance from Form 3, I became house captain, and Form 4 I became the school captain. Wow. And now, because we went to Form 5 and 6, you could change. So I was a school captain for 3 years.
For 3 years.
Yes.
So you can say you are a good girl back in high school.
Yes, I was. I think I was better than I am today. Yes, yes, I was a good girl. I was a performer in theater. And I was the star. And now I can say that because the men, the Alliance men, some of them now I meet them. They always see me as the star.
The star you were back then.
The actress. They all know me. I don't know them. And so
but they remember you.
Yeah, they do. They remember, and they are happy with what I was doing. Yes.
So
after Form 6, I went to Makerere for the Makerere Traveling Theatre. So this was a group, a troupe by the Department of English to take theatre to East Africa. Actually, it was Makerere Traveling Theatre or the East African Traveling Theatre. So we took our plays, which were original, usually, well, not all of them. It was a way of encouraging students to learn to write. So the Dr. Cook, he was the head of English. He would pick the best playwright and use those 2 or 3 plays to include them in the plays going to East Africa. And also the books, the set books, because I remember we did Brecht, the Russian author, the Bear, the Good Woman of Szechuan, which those are not original us, but they are big classics. Yeah.
So after that, what unasikia, you are a teacher. You became a teacher.
Yeah. See, now I'm going to leave to finish with the drama, and then Nairobi University started, 1965. So the year 64 is the one I'm in Makerere for theatre. 65, our Nairobi opens, and they are looking for students to fill their first class. Wanasema all students from Uganda. It was only Makerere University which was there. Who are Kenyans, come here and build our classes. We are opening our university. In fact, they fought for me. David Cook and some ladies, they said, no, all can go, but not Elizabeth. She's going to be, I'm a performer. I mean, so there was a bit of a pull and push there, but I think I was also happy to go back home.
Yeah.
So we went to Nairobi to open our classes.
And there you did a course.
65 to 68, I did my Bachelor of Arts degree. So I am a BA.
Wow.
Got my honors degree
Wow.
in
Wow.
1968.
In 1968.
Yes. So at least now I
And you
am
started-
still enjoying that. Yes.
You started teaching in which year?
1968 is very interesting for me. 66. I met a young man from Uganda in the university as a student. We fell in love, and we really were going to marry. Nobody was going to stop us. And so we got permission. I took him home to Kitale to meet my father. He was all the way from Kigezi district. And it wasn't very easy. We didn't have the means to travel. So he was asking permission from my father that he is both his parents and himself, so that he can negotiate. So we managed to get permission from father, because we had a good group at the university encouraging us. The university had a system of churches chaplaincy team. You know, the university has people from all churches, and so the churches sent ministers, reverends, to come and form a committee to take care of the university students. Now they were from different churches, and they called themselves the chaplains, or it was called the chaplaincy team. They are the ones who are kind of counseling us. If the students, because we were serious, we were not just being friends, you could see we mean business. So we got cancelled, and we got permission from my father. So we married.
You married in 1968.
In St. Andrew's Church. And then the same 1968, I am a third year, I'm doing my finals.
Wow.
So I graduated in 68. And then, of course, because I have graduated, see, I'm going to be posted to work to become a teacher in 1968. So I went to Mereriki for my teaching, my first posting by the TSC in 1968, June. Something else happened in 68, but those are enough exciting things, because you get a husband, and I got my first daughter then.
Oh, in 1968.
It's still end of the year we had our baby. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was back in 1968.
Yes.
And then ukafunza mpaka which year?
Until my retirement in 1997.
1997 is when you retired?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So that is 23 years ago. So it has been 23 years since your retirement.
Yes, yes.
So from 1997, when did you now start your acting career, like on TV?
This came recently, post-retirement. I rested first 5 years. I was being preached to. Elizabeth, when you retire, you don't get tired. Because I was feeling like I want just to
relax.
Rest. But I also realized you can just be finished by being tired. So I also woke up, and then started being active and looking for something to do. And so I started with Heart and Soul.
Heart and Soul in KBC?
KBC, yes. 2002?
202.
I can't be sure. Around thereabouts. And but still, the mother-in-law team now looked for me from the record of
now KBC.
For KBC and the Heart and Soul cast. Yes.
So they looked for you for that specific role.
They knew me now. In fact, Naomi Kamau was author of Heart and Soul. So she knew me. She had seen me perform the role of the lady I was performing in the Heart and Soul. And she was telling them, now this lady is nice and grey. Her English was good in Heart and Soul. So they were looking for such a person who can speak English well and who is also old without being manipulated, without painting.
Without painting,
Yeah,
like
it's real.
natural.
Yeah, so that's Naomi. I credit her for my by being noticed for mother-in-law.
And that is how you got now the role of Charity in Mother-in-Law.
Yes.
So which year was that?
That is 2008 June.
2008 June.
Yes.
So it has been like how many years? No, 14?
Yes. This is the 14th year.
14th year.
Yes.
So you have been on TV for 14 years and you have been in the limelight all that time.
Yes.
How has it been for you?
It has been good because God is good to me. I am healthy. An old person, the problem that you are afraid of is to have pains and aches. I think I have been free of pain, and that helps me a lot so that I can wake up early, be on time to go to the
On set.
And so yes, I've been enjoying my job. Yes.
How old are you now?
They say that ladies
You don't really, but you are above 70.
Yes, I am well above 70. I'm enjoying my bonus.
That is good. We thank God.
Yes,
But you still look very strong and young. You don't look that old.
Thank God for that. Yes, thank God.
So maybe you can tell us your character Bible kwa kipindi ya Mother-in-Law, the role that you play ya Charity. Maybe you can describe it, using few words.
Yeah, Charity is a no-nonsense mother-in-law. She is hands-on with her daughters-in-law. She has ensured that by making sure that her sons live in her house.
In a house. We don't move out.
So that you are close to her. She knows what you are doing. She also knows what you are not doing. And so she trains her daughters-in-law to be good wives to her sons. Yes. She's not very generous in terms of the spirit. She's doing it for herself. And for her sons and for her family. It can frustrate a daughter-in-law because it's like her interests are not truly being considered. But that is the character Bible of Charity. And as an older person, you can excuse her for being a little unfair because the younger people are much stronger. So she keeps them kind of in tight discipline. Yes.
Do you do you have disadvantages maybe of playing that role? Unaona kuna disadvantages? Maybe the way people see you anaona maybe Charity anakuwa mbaya.
Yeah, at first I was almost being attacked over Selena. Because Charity is kind of possessive of her sons, so that like the wife is number two. Like she wants to be number one to her son, and yet her son is married. So Selena was very close to Charity. Charity was very close to Selena. So for Charity to get in edgeways, there was some friction, and so it was rather obvious then because even Charity was defending his wife, but Charity did not have any of it. Yes.
So it was maybe people were telling you uko nje and
they were defending Selena. They were saying you are very cruel. Why are you like that to Selena? And then when she was not visible, she went away. I was being asked to produce her.
Where did you take her?
Where did you take her? What happened? We want to see Selena, and they blamed it all on me.
On Charity now.
On Charity, and it is to some extent true.
Of course. And
even Charlie grieved a lot for his wife.
But it means that you do play your role so well. So ndio maana watu believe that you are a cruel mother-in-law. So it means you are doing your work very well.
You know, the character of a person comes from the words they say. Maybe even more than the actions they do. The words. Now these words are in a script. And once I get my words, now my work is to interpret those words. You just think I am that person who said those words. Because that is, I believe that is what I am paid for.
True.
To be that person. Not to be Elizabeth. To be Charity. And be the words I have been given to present her to the people with. So yes, yes, I can see them thinking, even Elizabeth is like
that.
How can she do it so well? But I am quite different. I'm a different person. I like peace. It may be the criticism I can do to myself and other people have done to me is failing to defend myself, failing to fight for myself. Because I prefer peace. And sometimes in preferring peace, you can actually overlook something that you should do because it looks like it is going to disturb the peace. So I am more of a peaceful person, not a troubleshooter like Charity.
Like Charity.
Yes.
So Charity have been acting, or let me use now Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you have been acting for 14 years pale Citizen TV. Unaweza sema acting in Kenya inalipa?
I have given it my all, but I have not been happy over the way I was given my appointment. Because as you notice, I have been an educated Kenyan, and I don't like working without a letter of appointment. And mother-in-law should really streamline that side to have a contract, so that you know it's just to be professional. The appointing area was not smoothed out. I was of course excited, and I did not have to compete with a lot of people in the auditioning, but still I could have put my foot down about my contract, but it was not easy. So I said, okay, let me have something to do. But after 14 years, or let's say 13 years, I'm on the 14, I thought maybe someone could think of giving me a contract. Yes.
So you have been working without a contract?
Yes. I am paid, but the salary keeps changing, and you cannot do anything about that if you don't have a document. And I don't know whether it is fair to say inalipa. I do have my so much pay every month. It is not connected to anything really. It is what I was offered. The company said we have this to offer, take it or leave it. So because I was idle and I needed a job, it was not so important to say no, this is too little. I just accepted. But now after serving for more than 10 years, I feel it is good for me to put an argument for artists to be paid on contract. In fact, it's not so much that pay them so much, but whatever you are paying them, give them a contract so that they can quote it. The world is big. And Kenya has not developed to where we can pay individuals so much because there are so many people wanting the jobs. But whatever little you give a human being, honor them with a record of that so that they can quote it where they go elsewhere. They can even continue doing your work, but also get another one on the side. But if it's not recorded, it's just their word of mouth, someone can say, maybe it's just a sweeper. If they have nothing recorded, if they have no contract, let us be correct and use the word contract. If there is no contract, another person will hear you saying, I do this, and they'll just think you are just claiming with your mouth. But if you can show them, they can see, oh yes, this is a job. It may be small, it may be big, but it is there. That's what I would like to contribute to the world of artists. They are used.
They are used.
At present, they are being used. We want contracts written, even if the money is not a lot, so that we don't feel used. So
because you will have the paper,
yes, you
to
can
protect
have
you as an
yes,
artist.
Exactly. Even your own child can be told, maybe kuna watu hata wanafagia. Maybe you are just a sweeper and you are telling us here you are the one who is doing this. So it's good to give an artist a contract for whatever job it is, even if the money is not much. And then if also they are going to discuss that money, they can discuss it. You can discuss if it's not in writing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can just say, I got 20,000 from Royal Media. What do you mean you got 20,000? How? For what?
Where is the agreement?
Where is the this document is important. Artists need contracts, and that's what I would love happens before I leave Royal Media. That I have a paper saying what I was doing there. Yes.
Wow. So that is something I'm sure you are looking forward to.
Yeah, mainly praying, because we talk about it a lot, but they hesitate. You know, it's like they feel they've got a scene, and they feel, why did you get in without a contract? So they don't want to let go that, but we have served enough. We have served a long time. We can be honored with just a record of what we do.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
So does that mean that acting in Kenya doesn't pay, or does it pay? Unaweza ishi na usanii peke yake, like ukue tu na wewe ni msanii na umesomesha watoto wako na usanii, unakula usanii, unaishi usanii. Can you be able to do that here in Kenya? Yes,
with that honoring the human being for who he is. Even with the little money, a good manager can do a lot of things with it. Without that document, it's like you can be told to stay home, then what you had managed that little money to do, you find you are doing what you hadn't quite planned, because the fact you don't have a contract has affected your moves. Yes. So
it means that when an actor has a contract, he or she will be protected, even if, maybe when the program comes to an end.
Yes.
Mtarudi kwa contract.
Yes.
Mseme, okay, in case the program comes to an end, this and this and this is what will happen.
Will happen, yes. There is always the termination clause.
Yes.
The reasons why there was termination. It's only human. It's only fair.
Wow. And I think that is such an eye-opener, of course, to all artists.
Yes.
That when you're engaging maybe on a job,
yes,
acting, it is always good to have a written document.
Yes.
So that it can protect you and also protect the employee. Because even if we're to say ukatae to act, there is a clause that will protect the company.
Yeah, the employer.
The employer now.
Yes, yeah.
Wow, wow. I think artists hapo pia wanafaa.
It is being professional.
Yes.
And of course, after you've worked for 10 years, you should walk with your head high that you've done that. And that one is only from a contract. Because the rest, if things stop now, you don't feel it's recorded. Even for your own children, you can't show them.
Wow. So during the 2019-2020 pandemic corona, most artists were so affected, and unaweza sema wewe ulikuwa affected in any way when it comes to surviving hivyo kipesa?
Yeah, I was affected first because corona affected the whole world. But some people were made to sit down because there was no money to pay them, and the number was large. But those who were left were now left with the burden to take care of the whole. It's like fewer people were left. Now, something happened which I don't know whether it's logical. I don't like judging. But you see, if you are left to carry a wider area or a heavier load, the least you can do is not to be deducted. Whatever you are doing with your smaller one, stay with it at least. But we found ourselves being cut. Our allowance was cut twice, and we felt like, because we were now holding the fort, like we could have just been with what we had before. But something like that happened twice. So what can I say? Corona affected the whole world. I am sure there is a reason why this happened. But you see, if I had a contract, I could have had a dialogue, and maybe I would be even defending that. But without a contract, you can't dialogue with your employer. They think you are complaining and throw you out. And of course, with the corona, you are safer in than out.
True.
Yeah, so we have to be diplomatic about commenting on this situation. Yes.
So what do you think maybe could be done, especially in Kenya, or what artists can do maybe to wafike hiyo place ya they are earning from acting, wanaweza jitetea? Do you think maybe kuna chama ya wasanii inafaa kukua to protect the artist?
Wanajaribu sana. Kulikuwa na prisk na ili tupatia pesa. I'm sorry, it's better I continue in English. Prisk gave us quite a bit of something for a few occasions, but now it seems to have stopped. And I think there is still a body that needs to be formed, different from even priest can stay, but the artist, something closer home to the artist, so that they are feeding priest their day-to-day experiences, so that they can also raise a voice. But you see, an artist without a contract, even priest, you will not take you all that seriously. Yeah, you need a contract. And then when you have that contract, you can also talk even with the government. You can yourself form a fraternity which can talk and have dialogue. And when something wrong is happening, you can stand in and steer, be part of the group that's steering. So I feel there is a body that needs to be formed that is closer home to the artists, and of greater importance is contracts for artists. For whatever job, even if the payment is not high, let it be recorded. Yes.
Wow. So umekuwa ukiona artists wengi wakitokezea online and they are pleading for help from Kenyans. Sijui kama umeona. Maybe what is your take on that?
For me it is shameful, but I can't blame them. I cannot blame them because I know when things happen suddenly, you discover you can't even go to a bank and say, you know, I was working with this, and when things normalize, I'm likely to be working in a similar situation. So please help me. So and when I get there, everything will come and repay. You have no voice. So it is not a good situation we have for artists. We must have a law that empowers an artist to demand a contract for the work done. Yes.
Wow.
And that means a law, meaning someone in parliament has to talk for us. We have some guiding, some law that I can say, well, according to the law, surely I need my contract. You have to give, it's a right.
It's a right.
When you talk of law, now you talk of rights. So why not have a law? Yes.
So true. So can you say maybe you are proud for the 14 years you have been on TV, you are proud? Like hata saa hii useme sasa I can relax, ati nimetoka kwa acting, nimeretire, unaweza kuwa proud?
Word proud not applicable because I have being sold fear. In my life, even when earning quite good money, I was made to fear it will be removed tomorrow. There has been fear, and so I did not have a confidence to build what I feel I can call pride. But we need to be able to do that if things are recorded, if there is a contract, even if it's not a lot of money, it will build that area you are calling having pride.
Like can say now, you know.
This is a beautiful area. You know, even when you are an old person, even when you are retired, see what I could do.
Wow.
So that can be called pride. But now I was fearful. I was fearful even for others, not necessarily for me, because people are taking advantage of the artists by taking them on because they have no penny in their pocket. And promising they will do something, but then they don't write the contract. So you can even say, but you said you will do this for me. Said, where did I say? So let's have it in a written document.
In a written document.
Yes.
Okay, now to the upcoming artist, unaweza waambia aje?
Upcoming artists, don't give up.
Waingia tu kwa hii industry.
Industry iko kwa sababu unemployment is still an issue in Kenya. Na hii industry iko na very many opportunities. But we are praying for moral fiber in our employer cadre. My employer to feel for me that I cannot use another human being like this. What would I do if I was in their shoes? We want an employer cadre that has morality. That is what we want now. Some have, but they are not in this area. Those who are in this area, they understand it. They know the artist. He is an educated Kenyan, just like they as employers are educated Kenyans. The only difference is they can be taken advantage of. That is not, even for them, they will not be proud of that label, that they take advantage of other people. Yes.
What can you tell your fans when wamekuwa wakikusupport for all those years?
I love my fans. They make my day. For example, I can just hint at something that sometimes I find myself alone in my life. And when you're alone in a home, you have nobody to talk to. So I was saying, I am alone now, I keep quiet. But now when I developed fans, when I go out, I don't have a moment to be silent. Everybody is my son Charlie or my husband Mwamba. They are all wanting to know how does it all happen? Where is Mwamba? Where did you leave him? You know, I am able to talk now with everybody in a happy kind of mood. So I lost that loneliness, kabisa.
And you're happy. I can see you're a very happy person.
Thanks to my fans. That one I can't pay them. It's something good.
And watu wanakuonanga mkiwa mnakaa tu bwana na bibi mkiwa na Mwamba. Hakuna mahali unaweza sema ati nyinyi ni bibi na bwana mama mshai kuwa na relationship?
Explain watu wajue.
Like kusema, unajua the way you play it so well, like a husband and wife. Mtu anaweza fikiria by the way, Charity, that is your husband.
Yes, and that is the way it should be.
It should be.
And what the person I really thank for that is Mrs. Mwamba, because she allows him to do that. But she's really mature in this area. He assures us of that. By the way, he's a gentleman. He's not the flighty kind of person who will ignore the feelings of his wife. So I thank her very much for giving us Mwamba to work with. And of course, I hope others thank my husband for letting me
also play that role.
Yes.
Of course. And we are so happy to have you for the show.
Yes.
And we pray that may God bless you, open doors for you, enlarge your territories.
Yes.
And of course, give you many more years. So ndio tunakuonanga. Na tukitaka kukuona tunakuja tunakutembelea.
Yes.
So thank you so much our fans for watching today's program. May God bless you. Till next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.